Let's do this. Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Elsie and welcome to a new video. Today we're going to take a deep dive into my new song called Semester. Well, I'm only halfway done with it, but I want to show you how I made it. So, let's go. Alright, so here's how the project looks. Got the melody, got the chords, got more chords, more. And we got the kick, we got hi-hats, got here we got the snaps and claps, some percussion, conga, and some loops, because you know I don't always make my own loops. My sub bass and bass, some fills, and some effects, and also some ambient effects. So that's my track so far. So let's start with the melody. Here's the melody. That's how it looks. Pretty simple. But I start off by choosing a sound. So this is the sound. That's the sound. So my idea for this, you know, summer is coming up, so I want to make a tropical vibe. And here's the melody without any effects. Right, pretty simple. Now let's add the effects and see what it sounds like. Right, so I'll put an EQ. Pretty simple, cut the 100 Hz so it doesn't conflict with the bass or chords. Also some mid cut to get the chords their space. And also the OTT, you can't forget. Also, got some reverb. A lot of reverb because that's what I like. Some delay. This button right here is offsetting, so it's panned, timed differently in each ears. So it gets that wide effect, which you like. And we also got some filter cutoff and sidechain. Now, let's look at the other sounds. Here we got the flute. Right? Not the best flute, but I like it. This is the third melody. Another pluck. And we also got a bell. You can see when these little notes I use as a gliding effect. So basically what I do, I went into Nexus, which the patch is from, go to modulation. Here you can see portamento. So I chose a quick portamento because I need that fast slide. So you could also choose very slow, like 1 to 8 or 1 to 4, right? So that's what I did to all of the different patches. So here is what they sound together. Right? Pretty good. So also in the second part of the drop I add a new melody. So this is the vocal melody in the second part of the drop. Right? So this is what it sounds like all together with the vocal lead. Now let's move on to the chords. So here are the chords. In drop I only used piano sounds because that's very summery. So start off by choosing this sound. Come from from Houseback, right here. This one. That's the sound. Here is the other piano sound. Right? Here is the third one. Also come from Nexus. No, the fourth sound. All together, they sound like this. It's a pretty simple chord progression, but it's good for the summer vibes. So on the mixing side, I have an EQ, also to cut some low, so it doesn't conflict with the bass. OTT, some reverb, also a lot of reverb, and some compression. So OTT is a multi-bank compression, but I use a normal also to get more clicky sound. Here is some filter and some sidechain. So that's all the effects I made on this. Let's move on to the intro chords. Here are the intro chords. Here's a pad playing the chords. Now, let's move on to the kick. So here is the kick. On the kick, I made some processing. I cut some 20 Hz. We humans can't hear below 20 Hz, so I just cut it off. Unneeded audio, as you could say. And also boosted the tone of the kick, which in this case is F. And also cut 253 Hz to remove the sort of boxiness. And I boost some top end to get more of a click. And here I also use OTT and some saturation, more of a boost, not drive. Now let's move on to the hi-hats. Right, pretty simple. You notice that it sounds a little bit odd, or not on time. So that's because I use this parameter right here. It's called swing. Put it at 25%. So if I make it normal, right? But when I put it back, it's swingy. Now let's move to snaps and claps. So here, right here is the snap. A lot of reverb on that. And the clap. Also got a lot of reverb. But I wanted to make more of a bigger clap in the drop and the build up. So here's in the build up, I got this. Church claps. Let's move on to the percussion. So here I got some congas. Right? And here I also made a little fill. Pretty simple. And here are the loops. Pretty standard shaker. Also from Cashmere. Love his packs, by the way. Here, all of these are from Cashmere's. Right? And here is the third loop. Now, let's move to the bass. So right here, I got the sub bass. Right? Pretty standard. And here, before I start the second power drop, I have this slide. Pretty simple how I made it. I only went into Nexus. Here again, modulation, 16 notes. And I made so that each one another overlap one another, so they get this slide effect. Here's first bass. You cannot see here, I made more slide effects just to making it like extend to the next note that's coming. And here is this second bass. So here's what I did with the bass. On the sub bass I cut also around 20 Hz, just to, as I said before, with us humans can't hear below 20 Hz. And we got some processing with the OTT. And some distortion, of course, with more drive. Now the basses, on these basses I cut so it wouldn't conflict with the sub bass, and boosted some mid, because that's what we want in that bass, and also some highs to get a more clicky and present sound, and OTT. And we got some drive with distortion and some boost. So it's now let's move on to the fills and effects. So regular sweep and impacts right here. Also notice there is some sidechain of that, and we got some risers, and we got this fill right here before the drop, right? And the second fill, and the third fill, and also made some ambience. So this is from Kashmir's, as you can see, and it's a wave. Right, and I also downloaded these birds, you know. So we got this kind of effect. So that makes just more interesting and feels like we're on a vacation. Alright, so that's basically it. I'm going to show you the whole track now. Enjoy! Alright, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in another video. Goodbye.